Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, thank you for allowing me to tell my story. A little bit about me. Well, I was previously a physical instructor for the British Army, serving over 8 years. When I left, I kept up my fitness levels and frequently trained for Olympic distance triathlons. I also loved nothing more than taking my dog for long walks. I would have been classed as above average fitness for someone my age. This all changed in the summer of 2014. I clearly remember the date as I was away celebrating our wedding anniversary at the time. The very evening we had arrived, 1 minute I had been sitting eating my dinner, but as we got up to leave, I was hit with an almighty exhaustion. I could barely walk. I also had random stabbing pains to the side of my head, a high temperature and a severe intolerance to the bright lights and noise around me. It came out of nowhere. My husband carried me back to the hotel room, and this is where I remained for the next 4 days. On arriving back to my GP 5 days later, I was told I probably had the flu. I recovered from this, but not fully. The following month, I started getting very easily exhausted. I would put the kids to bed at 7 p.m. and I'd go straight to mine. I had to, as my husband worked away from home, and it was the only way I could cope with small children. The 9 months that followed, I had been a frequent visitor to my surgery. I'd been diagnosed with the flu at least 5 times. I did, however, notice a pattern happening, as roughly 1 week out of the month, I felt particularly worse than at any other time. I, by this time, had quite a collection of symptoms. I wrote them all down on a piece of A4 paper and again took to my doctor. Some of my symptoms were, I woke every single day like I had a toxic feeling that one might relate to a severe hangover. Flu-like, random stabbing pains, a sore stiff neck, sore soles of feet. Frequently I would be unable to sweat, and I am strangely erupting extreme day sweats or night sweats. I couldn't bear to be touched as I was super sensitive. I also had weird tingling and buzzing sensations in my legs, almost likened to electric shocks running through them. My muscles would visibly twitch to the point that actually one of my friends asked if I was carrying a baby, as it was very noticeable in my stomach. I couldn't tolerate bright lights or noise and frequently walked about with sunglasses or earplugs in. I had difficulty walking, severe pains in my legs and chronic fatigue. I lost a stone in weight and experienced some frightening heart palpitations, where my heart would just speed up without any warning. This lasted about 4 weeks. I had numerous other symptoms, even to the point, ridiculously, I couldn't read. And if I started talking, I then suddenly couldn't string a sentence together. I would jumble up all my words, or I would just completely forget what I was talking about. This was very embarrassing. I now spent most of the day in my bed, just myself and all these symptoms. It was a scary and lonely place, I can tell you. I would get up and get the kids out the door and go back to my bed. I had the doctors baffled and was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome. All of my blood tests were coming back within normal range, and even the ones that didn't still didn't explain what was causing all this. I started collapsing in my house in front of my kids. And on one occasion I was admitted to hospital with severely low blood pressure. I thought I was going to die, I really did. I would sit on my bathroom floor with my head in my hands, just begging for this to stop. By now I could hardly wash myself, and even the times I did make it to the shower, I would just sit and try to summon up the energy to wash. How on earth could this happen? How was it that I went from super active to seriously ill within months? Fast forward to 18 months later, while searching for answers for what was wrong, I stumbled across Lyme disease. That's when everything fell into place. That little black thing on top of my leg had been a tick, right before I'd left with my husband a day later. Oh my, now it all fell into place. My symptoms matched Lyme disease. However, I did not get or notice a bullseye rash. My NHS test came back negative, but regardless, I was treated for Lyme disease for a few weeks. I initially improved, but had a severe Jarisch Herxheimer reaction in week 3. The medication was stopped. I learned many months later that this would be a common occurrence while successfully treating Lyme disease or bacterial infections. More testing was done with an NHS lumbar puncture at 9 Wells, infectious disease. Again, it came back negative. No further treatment was given. As I was still very ill, I found a clinic and sent my blood to Germany and USA for further testing. This came back positive for 3 strains of Borrelia. The common European strains are Celli, Guarini and Istricto. The NHS would not accept this, so I had no choice but to pay for private treatment, as I still had all these symptoms and I remained very ill. Fast forward to another year and I went for a second opinion from a top USA clinic. They have recently diagnosed me again with ongoing persistent Lyme disease and also numerous co-infections. These are Babesia, Bartonella and ehrlichiosis. This clinic is one of the leading researchers for Lyme disease and treating tick-borne infections. They are perhaps more importantly getting people well. This is very expensive as the clinic is in Washington. An important part of letting me know how successful the treatment is so far would be my ongoing Herxheimer reactions. Many thanks for listening to my story. Sadly, this is the raw reality to what happens to many up and down the country that have later stage Lyme disease. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lorraine. I think we all know that she's not alone in her story, and everybody knows someone, many here today suffer as much as Lorraine does. It just demonstrates how severe the illness is and how much we have to do to raise awareness to make sure we can stop it before it becomes the epidemic which is currently predicted. So thank you very much to all of our speakers this evening. Please hang around, ask your questions, and we look forward to more discussion on it. Like I say, please make your views known to your politicians here. Thank you.